Welcome to the video for EEE360 Lab06, three-phase power measurement. Let's take a look at the components that we're going to be using for this lab. We'll be using the variable AC power supply, the AC voltmeters, the AC ammeter, the resistive load, as well as the three-phase wattmeter. Here's a close-up of the three-phase wattmeter. On the left, we have the inputs. On the lower right-hand side, we have the outputs. We notice these are color-coded. We have A phase, B phase, and C phase inputs, as well as in the outputs, we have A phase, B phase, and C phase. We also have two watt readings. This is watt 1, and this is watt 2. Now it's important to notice if we get any negative readings where it's pointing downward in the downward direction, we click this to the negative side and say it was measuring minus 200 watts, it would then be pointing to 200, and this would be a negative value because of the selector switch down here. It's important to note that in your lab, the digital lab, they will just simply give you a negative reading as opposed to having to switch positive and negative. And now we're ready to connect the circuit for this lab. We're going to be connecting the output of the A phase through the AC ammeter to measure the input current. We're going to be going from the AC ammeter up to the A phase input on the three-phase wattmeter. We're going to connect the B phase of the adjustable power supply to the B phase input of the three-phase wattmeter. Similarly, we're going to connect the C phase up to the C phase input on the wattmeter. We also wanted to double check the line-to-line voltage of the input, so we're going to measure the line-to-line voltage between phase A and phase B. So we'll connect A phase to the one side of the voltmeter, and now we'll connect B phase to the other side of the voltmeter. And now we're going to connect the output of the three-phase wattmeter to the resistors, and we're going to do that with a Y connection. So first we'll connect A phase output to the first resistor, then we'll connect B phase to the other resistor, and finally we'll connect the C phase output to the last resistor. And since this is a Y-connected circuit, we will short the neutral point of the resistors. And now all of the connections have been successfully made. We're now ready to make all of our connections. We'll energize the circuit and adjust for 208 volts line to line. Now that we have the voltage set, let's take up a close look at all of our measurements. Here's a look at the line-to-line voltage that we set up earlier. And we see that our power supply is indeed supplying 208 volts line to line. We can see that our input current is approximately 0.409 amps. Here's a close look at our watt readings. We can see that watt 1 reads about 62 watts. And we can also see that watt 2 reads almost exactly 60 watts. And now you're ready to perform various three-phase experiments as outlined in your laboratory manual.